What it do, what it do? It's your boy DJ Nova Fresh, and this is Lightning Strike Podcast, and we are in the building. We got a special guest. I'm gonna let Brodie do his thing. We got a special guest in the building. Back.
Yo. Hey, Brodie for Lightning Strike Podcast. What's good with everybody? Got my main man, Chris, a.k.a. Pepper Bay, a.k.a. Banana Man.
Not a boat.
But Banana Boat, you know what I'm saying? Joining us again. If you've been a part of our journey here on this pod, then you recognize him from some of the earlier shows. But my man is back with us, tapped in. Chris, how you been, brother?
Sports editor. Hold on. Sports editor for the Los Angeles
We leaving
Journal.
off accolades. My fault.
Yeah.
Let's get the accolades right.
He covers the Chargers. He's the sports editor for the LA Journal who covers the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Good, man. I've been slowly sifting through this clickbait that's been out there, looking for real Charger stories, and man, as soon as that schedule hit, it's on, dude. The excitement is already building.
Like that was my frustration with the email I sent you. It wasn't. I was just like, bro, I'm just tired of seeing all the clickbait material with no substance. Seems like somebody just threw an article together just to get people to click it. Makes zero sense. Titles like, oh, we're gonna get what's his face? We're gonna get Keenan Allen back and get rid of such and such. Like they're gonna trade QJ for, which wouldn't be bad, but
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just those things, just clickbait material that's just nothing but cannon fodder. And that was like my frustration when I hit you up, because it's like, bro, we just had OTAs, the rookie camp, and it was nothing really written about it. Like nobody really gave us like substantial information, anything to hold on. We seen a couple clips, but it was like nobody really gave us anything. And then I'm watching a live press conference trying to get some information, and it's like questions, like they didn't really care to be there. I was just like they didn't do their homework on the players. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I was just frustrated. And that's why I fired off that message to you. I wasn't trying to like.
No, you good. So like the one thing I can say about the Chargers PR is they keep it tight. It's very hard to get information from them. And honestly, that's probably a good thing as far as like,
I like it.
Not adding to that conjecture that gets thrown out there. Because like, yeah, you're right. That clickbait, you'll be like, Chargers are about to add former first round pick, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, well, shoot, I want to know that information. So you're going to click on it. Or, yeah, especially like I got so sick and tired. Like, I love Keenan Allen, but I got so sick and tired of all the different places like talking about like, oh, this is how we're going to get him back. This leaves the door open. This does this. And it's like, as soon as they gave that number 13 away, I think
that shut it all up. Because you think about it,
that earlier this week,
they don't go and get they don't have 9 receivers on the roster in hopes of bringing Keenan Allen back, especially with this many young guys. Now, if it had been like 9 veterans, then yes, I think the door will still be open. But it's 9 with like, I want to say 6 young guys, very young guys. So it's going to be very competitive, top to bottom. You got Ladd coming back, QJ coming back, Mike Williams, Jalen Reagor, Darius Davis, Brandon Rice. Then you add in KLS, Luke Graham, Trey Harris. Like, you add all these guys into the mix. Some of those returning players, like I was saying before,
QJ, you didn't say QJ.
Honestly, only one player in this group has a nameplate, and that's Ladd. Everybody else got sticky notes right now. You got to earn your keep.
Talking like, even though his numbers already been given away, we're talking like later on in the season, and there's some injuries that happen, and maybe he hasn't been signed by a team. Come on back. But you could definitely see what Joe and Jim are doing with trying to go for that. Let's go with the young guns. Let's try to build something with this, and let's really try to attack the situation of Herbert being in his prime, and try to hit the key points exactly when they all need to hit.
Because you don't get better for game situations in practice. You only get better for game situations by playing in the game. And bringing Keenan Allen in will stunt one of those young guys' growth, right? Keenan Allen probably got 2-3 more years left to play. He's very serviceable. I'm not throwing him to the wayside, But I think if I was him being a veteran as such, I wouldn't even be pressed because I know I wouldn't even be pressed because I don't want to go to training camp. I'm good. Just call me, or I
My
can
boy Tim
select.
just trying to step in.
Yeah, around week 8, I can come in on a team that I think is a contender and walk into a great situation. But I'm good on training camp, bro. Waking up 2-a-days, all that, sweating, fighting, smelling, all that. Man, I'm good, bro.
Risk of getting hurt.
Yeah, I'm too old. And he's a veteran, and he's a very capable receiver. I mean, we will welcome him with open arms. I wouldn't question if they went out and got him. I wouldn't be like, oh, what are y'all doing? Because I believe in Joe and Jim, and I believe in what they're trying to do for this team. They're putting together a Super Bowl contending team, and we'll be foolish to think anything other. Like we said in the show the other day, they looked at that Houston game and they went out. We didn't make the big splash with the big highlight names for receiver or anything, but they addressed every position that we got obliterated at in Houston. So that tells you they're tapped in, they're tuned in, and they ready to win. And it's not win now, it's win for the future as well, to build a contender that can sustain. That's huge.
As far as it goes with the Ashon Genty, he's really not that far off. The consistency's there. He's had less
drop off
carries.
isn't that far off.
Yeah. And not to mention, we love to hate on the Raiders, but what are they doing? First off, you draft
Geno.
His numbers are not going to be good his rookie year. I read an article today where they're already like, could Ashon Genty already be a top 5 NFL running back? Not with that online.
For one, I was talking to Brodie, and a lot of people going to downplay it. One thing with Gentry, I have to just see, honestly, because when I watch the highlights, it's just wide open, gaping runs. Like the O-line cleared out an ocean for him to run through, and I just don't. I've seen a couple runs where he is hard to bring down, but that's college. We're talking about cornerbacks hitting him in college. Like how many college teams outside of the Big Ten, SEC, the Big 12 are loaded with talent at corner, the secondary position. So yeah, he's going to run through a 180-pound teen-year-old. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to, but we're talking about grown men in the NFL.
Where you look at O'Marion, he had one good old lineman in North Carolina.
Yeah,
legitimately. So imagine what
he had to man everything. He had to man up and make his runs. But it's like, Gentry has the numbers. I just got to see him. I just got to see him put it together, to be real with you. And it's not trying to hate on him or anything like that. It's just the verdict's still out on him for me, because I didn't see nothing in his film that just blew me away besides, big runs. He made big runs wide open. And then when he made big runs going through the line, he was already at the second level at Georgia Southern. What linebackers is at Georgia Southern?
Shout out to Swag.
Yeah, and then it's like, I didn't see him. He has speed, but he gets caught a lot.
And then
I seen Hampton break through the line and outrun the deepest defenders. He outran them. Whereas Gentry, they was stride for stride. So we'll see, man. We got to let it play out. I just got to see it play out. And like you said, who the hell is blocking for him?
Yeah, I just development wise, like you take a word, the Raiders are going to Raider, and I've worked with a lot of people, punked on the Joe pick last year, but that was the smartest pick the Chargers could have made. We're solidified on the left and the right hand side for what, 10 years? Yeah. We're good.
Long-term investment.
Hands down. Those bookends, and then bringing in Becton, and then opening up competition for the center and left guard spot, bringing in not only competition, but also depth. That's what we got to remember. And I know a lot of people are like mad and upset that, they seen Boozman out there taking first team snaps. Just let it play out. Because I'm like this. If we go into the season in week 1, Boozman is a starter, that tells me one thing. He got better. He got the notice and he got better. What you want him to do. Because competition makes you rise to the occasion.
It out
because he knows, hey man, I'm one snap away from being on the sideline. So I'm trusting Joe and Jim and them that whoever they put on the offensive line, those guys are the best out of the group that they went to battle with. Doesn't mean they're the best in the NFL, but they're the best in the group, and we should see a vast improvement this year.
And we had a top 5 O-line So even if we go with Bozeman, I mean it's not the worst situation. I mean, especially I honestly love that Branson Taylor pick. I don't know if you guys have seen any of that kid's tape. That kid he's a great guard.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be
with tackle size. Who played tackle? So he got feet. He got footwork.
What's up, bro?
And he's big as hell. And people got to listen to what Jim says. He said that if it was up to him, he would have a whole starting offensive line of tackles. He loves tackles. And if you get a tackle that can move, that can pull, come on, bro. Do you want a big 6'7", 300-pounder pulling on you?
No.
Getting out in front.
Could you imagine you out there, you're a cornerback, and you look up and you see big numbers coming at you, bro. And you see what Becton did in the Super Bowl all season. When he was pulling, he was mauling. Who wanted to go? Man, we know that right side gonna be nasty, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be nasty, man. It's going like I say, man, this offensive on paper, we got promise. We can do amazing things. And I think we are gonna do amazing things. Hands down. This is time to jump on the bus, fellas. Everybody. Jump on the bus, man.
Even
jump
them San Diego fans. Come on.
You know, and the thing is, when we do get talked about, it's hate. But I'm glad sometimes that we're not talked about. Like, we're the underdog still.
Mm-hmm.
We still
under the radar.
Fly under the radar.
Shoulder.
Fly under the radar. And I'm telling you right now, we ain't get all on primetime games for nothing. The NFL knows. They ain't putting
exciting brand of football over here, man. Like, win, lose, or draw, those games usually come down to the last quarter, last couple of possessions. Everybody's on the edge of their seat. You know, this past year, most of them worked out in our favor. We were just talking about yesterday how a couple of those we easily could have been 13-3 or whatever, that Arizona Cardinals game, lost by a field goal. East, we lost by a field goal. Pittsburgh, Herbert got hurt, and we still barely lost. A lot of those games came down to right there at the end. Just a couple of more plays, and that's a W.
And you can tell that on some of those games, that was where we had Dobbins hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with that was one of the most under the radar acquisitions that happened this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can hate on Najee Harris all they want. 1,000-yard season every year he's been in the NFL. He's never missed a game. You have that 1-2 punch with Hampton and him, it's done. Like that seals those games right there, because you're able to play with the time clock a little bit better. You're able to take advantage of tiring out the other team even more than we already were. And I definitely think those games come in our favor with that situation.
Yes,
man,
sir.
most definitely, man. Most definitely. So I'm not nervous. I'm just ready to go. I'm just ready for training camp to go. I'm ready for the position battles to happen. Want to see who got better, who's on, where the depth chart lays out. I know Lads won. Lads receiver 1.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 got to get filled out. So it's like, and it's talent, man. It's talent in our younger guys. It's talent in Darius Davis. So much talent and promise in him. We ain't even unleashed him yet. It's talent in KLS. It's talent in Trey Harris. I would love to see those guys on the roster. I would love to see those guys get a bigger role. I think Jalen Reagor, I think he's done. I mean, he's been in the league, 6 years, and hasn't really, and he's a first round. He got drafted before Justin Jefferson. Like, we got to remember this. Like, he got picked before Justin. Man, the Eagles probably still punching themselves for that. But I think they made up for it. They got a Super Bowl still. But that he hasn't panned out to be the electrifying guy that he was pegged to be. It was just like, man, he came to the league and just, okay, I play football. And I'm not saying none of those guys are not good enough. QJ belongs in the NFL. But QJ just lacks the consistency. That's all. I'm not doubting your talent. We know your talent because we see what you do with the football. It's just you're not consistent enough for me. So when I get some younger guys that's consistent, I'm ready to move on, my boy.
Man, he heard that noise. He heard that noise because he's been putting in the work this offseason, too. He's been working with special coaches on the route running, on the speed. I love seeing that.
He needs to work on the separation. He needs to work on fighting for the ball, high pointing the ball, and separation. Everything that he struggled from college. That's all, man.
And let's not
Is this that Ben Simmons, Russell Westbrook summer tape, Chris, that every season they go into the off season and you see on social media, Ben Simmons been in the gym, he jumping out the gym, and regular season we like, bro.
Well, and I love honestly that bringing Mike Will back. That's one of my favorite Chargers. Yeah, I love the dude as an individual and love how he plays ball. And honestly, like you're talking about separation, you're talking about getting the ball, doing that one-on-one situation. Who better to learn from and get some experience with for him than Mike Williams? So honestly, that's amazing. Like that's an amazing pickup. I'm sure that'll help Quentin out. And like for real, I love seeing Mike Will catch passes from Justin Herbert.
Justin said it right on YouTube. He said he needs to work on his mental strength. That's what it is. He does, because catching is more mental than hands. You know, that's a mental aspect, especially when he says he struggles catching it in coverage, like when they're playing tight coverage on him. That's the mental thing.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I've seen him drop wide open ones.
Especially when Justin's throwing the ball to you, it's not like you really got to reach for it. He's putting it right in the breadbasket. So
right
just
there.
put out your hands, make sure you catch the ball, and you're good. Like you can make
Secure it, turn up field.
And I'm just, man, I don't know, man. George, they gave a third rounder for George Pickens.
Third round, I think.
Third rounder, yeah.
Yeah, we can get a third rounder for QJ easy money.
Yeah, especially because there's not that noise in the background involved with that. I mean,
and he's a good teammate. He's quiet. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear no ruckus from him or anything like that. Maybe we need a little edge in him. You know what I'm saying? Cockiness. Maybe that's what he's lacking.
Remember I said that? I was like, we need him to just go out there and just start punching people. Like
just haul off and punch me. I'm telling you, it might come out. I'm telling you now.
A little dog, man.
I'm telling you now.
George Pickens Jr., like, you ain't even here playing football. You just pushing people into the front.
There's one punch in a game. And
getting penalties, like, oh man, boy, QJ locked in.
It may come out this training camp though, with all the competition. He's gonna have to rise to the occasion. He's gonna have to rise to the occasion, because it ain't gonna be no free. It ain't no free me, bro. Like, they brought all those dudes in to replace you, like you and the others. They brought 3 receivers in that play X.
Right, Trey Harris and KLS got speed. They got speed.
And they fight and they separate. They don't just running stride for stride. I've never like he don't try to get a leverage on the cornerback or nothing. He's just like running stride for stride and hoping that it just drops there in his basket. He don't go attack the ball or anything, man.
It's that secondary. Like once you get past the secondary, that little shift, the left or right, that's gonna put you in the prime position to get the ball and be able to. Literally all you got to do is catch it and run.
And the thing is, what it tells me, like if you look at the tape, every deep ball, the corners there stride for stride. What that tells me is that he's not getting into his route. He's not fighting. He's not, you know what I'm saying, getting any kind of leverage or at the top of his stem. He's just running. He's just running straight, and they're just running with him.
Especially when Denver could have fixed their wide receiver situation real easily, and they didn't. They went and they doubled down on the cornerback situation. So now we got a left side and a right side that we got to deal with, and they're going to try to take full advantage of that situation. The fact that we added speed and good hands, whether it's QJ or who it is, like they made it a problem, we're going to make it more of a problem.
Yeah. They better stop the run. They better hope they can stop. They better hope. We might go into the season with 4 running backs getting carries, getting significant carries. Keep them fresh.
Back by committee.
It keeps them fresh. Whoever's hot gonna get the most carries. That's how it's going to be. Whoever's hot, that's who's gonna get the most carry. I'm telling you. And them cornerbacks better be able to hit, right? Just say, then we run a gauntlet. Exactly.
Just seeing like the stuff they put out so far on Hampton. First off, like I'm 6'8", I got big calves. I think that dude's calves are bigger than mine. Okay, like that he's got some legs, and the way that he just moving in drills, I love that. You can tell he's putting every single last ditch effort, even in the practice, and that's exactly what you want to see from a first round pick.
Hungry,
bro.
Exactly.
I love it. I love when he showed up to the facility right away, got to work. Love the little videos that I'm seeing and putting in the work. He's there. We don't even talk about Rocket Sanders. Bro, like he's big and fast, and he's elusive. Like, go watch the LSU tape, man. He was giving LSU the business. He was giving LSU the business, man. I'm just saying, bro, like, we really can play smash mouth football if you want, or we can air it out.
Run that ball.
Pick your poison. That's what I'm excited about, that the offense is revamped. It's like with the running backs, we could go, and another one, and another one, and another one. Like, we got fresh backs all day, baby. Like, dang, that's another number. Telling you,
Three,
man.
3, 4, man. 3 yards, and 4 yards. We can do that all day if you want to. That's fine.
All day. And we got fresh body coming in too. That's cool,
Jimmy,
man.
what's
Like,
good? What's good?
are you going to Brazil?
I would.
Want to answer this question? What you think about Mike Williams? Stereo on TikTok says, what you think about Mike Williams?
I
Chris, I'm
mean,
gonna throw it to you.
I love Mike Williams. Mike Williams, honestly, I don't see him being our true X. I see him being somebody that's a filler as far as a backup role. And I love that, to be honest with you, because we can keep his legs fresh. He doesn't have to be going out there playing the X every play. Let's say we got, an interesting third down situation, and we want to put Lat out there, and Mike out there, and maybe QJ out there, or even Trey Harris. The situations of playing him spotting instead of playing him every single play, I love that for Mike Williams. That's going to keep him healthy. That's going to keep the depth good. And honestly, like, one of my favorite Chargers moments of all time was with Mike Williams. So I got a lot of love for the guy.
So do you think, I said this on the show the other day, do you think with this wide receiver core, and as deep it is as it is, do you think they now take Ladd and just put him all over the field to get him favorable matchups?
I think what, again, with not picking up Keenan Allen, I think what it just solidified with the Ladd situation is that's our route runner, bro. That's the guy that's going to be playing. He can go deep, but I don't see him going past 20 yards. That he's going to be used in situations where he's going to be a lot of cross routes, a lot of tree routes. Like, it's going to be, get away. He can open up a gap that's quick for a quick down pass, and that's going to be the guy. He's probably still going to be the receptions leader this year.
And those guys on the outside, because they're burners, they're going to free that clutter up in the middle.
100%.
So that he can get those one-on-ones with the strong safety and the linebacker, things like that. Because you put them on him, they breaking ankles, bro. You asking for it. Because if you come down and try to play the run, then we got burners on the outside. So that means you're bringing single high safety. Safety got to pray and just be like, just hope I pick right. And Justin can look him off, get him one step over to the wrong side and bomb it back to the other. Or it's like, if you don't press down, if you don't stack the box and you bring it too high, then there's a threat of the play action and opening up the middle. Or we just run it down your throat. I mean,
it makes it less predictable.
Yeah.
Which is great because there's so many options. It's not going to be maybe 4 years ago where you got the Chiefs defense going, oh, they ran this play 12 times already. I bet you they're going for this guy right here. Let's go cover this guy and make sure that play doesn't happen, so they don't get they go to fourth down. They got to kick the ball out. It's definitely a strategic. They can do whatever they, like you said, play action. Play action is going to be our back pocket this year, and that's amazing. That's exactly what you want to see. So,
okay, I got a question. What's the ceiling for Greg Roman to keep his job?
That's interesting. He's definitely way better than his predecessor. I can tell you that much. I was there for an interview where they had a press conference with Lombardi, and that was the last question of the day. I ask questions that fans want to know. Like, if I hurt feelings, I hurt feelings. Like, that just is what it is.
Yeah.
Right after I asked my question, where I was like, so a lot of people have been saying the inconsistency and the predictability. Is that on you? Is that on the players? And like right after he answered the question and walked around it, they were like, okay, no more questions for the day. We're done here. I think with Greg Roman, I mean, you have everything that he wants. You have the ground and pound. You have the people on the outside that like you said, the burners. I don't see him getting fired unless we go like, maybe it's a substantial thing that happens consistently where he's making poor decisions. He knows how to run a good offense. I mean, you saw it with the Ravens.
I say the ceiling for him to keep his job is the AFC Championship.
So if you think if we don't make an AFC Championship, he out.
Yep.
Because then the next question with that is, who you think could do a better job?
That's the $1 million. Somebody,
That is a good
they got to go dig through the tapes. I mean, he did bring that one guy in, the college guy in, the pass coordinator. He did bring that guy in. Young guy. He's a gym guy. You know, these moves happen for a reason. That dude's lurking over your shoulder, and he's a gym guy. He's probably, Jim brought him in.
Cover you so much, you got to do something about it. I got this guy. Don't worry.
User 55446 says, should we move on from QJ for draft capital? My opinion right now, absolutely.
If he's not a 750 plus yard guy this season, I think you might see that. We take on that 5th year option, and then we trade him to somebody that can still have him for 2 years, which is, I mean, that's great value to figure out. That gives you that other team 2 years to figure out the situation, see if they want to keep him before offering him an extended contract.
Put it like this, user. If you see QJ taking a significant amount of reps July 1st, they're going to trade him. They're going to trade him.
What up, baby?
They're auditioning.
You're talking like before the season even starts?
Yeah, if he's taking a significant amount of reps in preseason.
At the Hall of Fame game?
That means that they're going to trade him because they're auditioning him. They're putting him on. They're putting him on the showcase. Because my thing is, with that core of young guys, why are you bringing a veteran out? Outside of Mike, he's a seasoned veteran. Well, Jalen Reed, but he's a seasoned. He's the senior guy on that squad
in the wide receiver room.
Yep,
the tenured guy.
So why would you march him out in preseason and give him significant amount of snaps when you have to develop the young talent? Unless you're auditioning them.
I don't see that being a year 3 thing. I feel like maybe if we were doing that next season, that might be a thing, but I don't see them doing that with QJ yet. They might, but that's not really. I couldn't tell you the last time the Chargers did something like that where they didn't hold on to a first round pick at least 4 years. That'd be very interesting. And then what are you doing? Are you bringing somebody else in for depth? Is there somebody else out there that you can bring in for depth? Are you just moving in for people up from the practice squad? What's the scenario on that?
And I think that's what's going to play out in training camp. And that's why I say if he's out there, they're auditioning him because they have those guys that they're like, hey, we cool with. We're going to roll with these 6. Because it's like, where does he fit in at 6? Like, what would your 6 be just on paper right now? What would your 6 receivers be before we even start training camp and everything?
You got Ladd. You got Mike. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't talk about Davis enough, but like you said, like that guy still has a lot in the tank. I love him as a returner. And honestly, I love him being out on the field. He's never put bad tape up. Then you got KLS, you got Trey Harris, and then that essentially leaves one spot. It's either QJ or somebody else.
You didn't say Brendan Rice. You ain't say,
and we ain't say Luke Grimm.
I think Brendan Rice is cut out the training camp.
Like Luke Grimm, I don't think we lose Luke Grimm because he's one of those dudes that his film is insane at Kansas, insane, and I think he's one of those lad type of players. Just a work hard dude that is a perfection at his route, sturdy hands, and just works hard. And I don't think we let that guy go, man, because I fear if we let him go, he's going to go on another roster and blow it up, and we're going to be like,
cut up.
Wes Walker 2.0.
And let's not forget, this is like the first time we're probably not going into the season with 3 quarterbacks, like on the active roster like we did before. Mm-hmm. So that definitely leaves another spot option open. Whether that's for wide receiver, whether that's a defensive, guy going out, like getting a suit out. So that leaves some options available. So maybe we go in with, instead of 6, we go in with 7.
Yeah. But because last year we needed all the receivers that it was an all hands on deck effort. Mm-hmm. And we went decimated into the playoffs at receiver. At the end of like the last 3 games, we just lost all our receivers.
Palmer was out of there and didn't come back.
What up, Tay? Man.
Not gonna lie, I wasn't mad that Palmer left.
No, I wasn't mad at all. I wasn't mad at all. But I just look at it like, think Luke Grimm is going to make a case to make this team. That is the dark horse in the wide receiver room. I think that just watching his tape, he is lad. Like he's the same style of, so you don't want to give up somebody that works hard, that is a technician in a route and got hands. Like you can't replicate that. Like, we got to steal with him, getting him drafted free agent. I think the only knock on him was that he played at Kansas. But you can't, routes are routes. When it comes to receiver, routes are routes and hands are hands.
So that's one of the benefits of us having such a good secondary is that comes out of training camp. If let's say you came from a D3 school, D2 school, or you weren't playing all SEC teams or, what have you. You have the opportunity to show you got what you got because we have such a good defensive squad. So if you can beat them on some routes and you can show that you got something, you definitely have the opportunity available to you to get a roster spot and try
that play action, like Joe said, that play action is gonna be crazy. Gonna be crazy. And Justin brought up a good point. We did sign a Delvon Campbell, and he's a burner. Telling you, man, and like
people on top of people
what
on
is,
people.
What does year 2 Brandon Rice look like? Did Brandon Rice go study the playbook? Now he, because he's a nice, he got the size, he got the genes. Can you put it together? You know what I'm saying? You should have been on the field last year, but that Cardinals game, you out there looking stupid, Justin yelling at you, and you just never seen again. And you got this mysterious injury, and it's just like we ain't heard nothing about him. Brandon Rice, did he even show up? Did he show up to OTAs?
Yeah, he showed up to OTAs, but because there's not a whole lot of noise coming from, it makes you start to wonder: was this a hype situation, like you said, like a pedigree situation where everybody's like, okay, I mean, 6th round, you're gonna try your luck at the situation because why not? He again from what he comes from who he's been learning from his whole entire life, one of the best to ever do it. You got to at least take a shot at him, but. Yeah, if he doesn't make any kind of noise at this training camp, I wouldn't be surprised if he's cut.
Yeah, I'm man. It's because he's like the forgotten person. And Jalen Reagor, him and Jalen Reagor, nobody has talked about at all. When they name the receivers, it's just those two. Nobody says. So I wouldn't mind going into this season with 7. Who do we put on what quarterback we put on the practice squad? Winkley.
I mean, I think because of the size of the contract, that would be my honest opinion, because you don't just throw that much money at a backup situation and be like, oh, never mind.
Because go ahead. Because with Trey, and we spoke about this earlier, with Trey, he's not Herbert, but he has the same skill set as Herbert, where he can extend the play, he's mobile, and he has a big arm. We have yet to
short
see,
yardage.
Yeah, and in short yardage. So he's a big boy. He's 6'4", mobile. But I mean, we good with Herbert.
Yeah, obviously there's no competition in that. Herbert's not scared for his job whatsoever. But also like in that situation, like knock on wood, I'm gonna knock on wood real quick. Let's say Herbert got hurt. Let's say it's for the progression of the game, like that Steelers game, short yardage. He's completely capable, and he's capable of throwing a long ball every once in a while to keep things interesting. Accurate passer, like not that I don't like Heineke, but I could definitely see us keeping Trey Lance.
Because you don't have to play, you don't have to change much in the playbook. You can run the same plays with Trey Lance because him and Herbert are the same style of quarterback where they can use their feet to extend the play, and they both have big arms. He is not, listen, y'all, he is not Herbert in any shape, form, or fashion, but the similarities when it comes to, man, you throw like Hinckley is a pocket passer, you know what I'm saying? And the O-line will have to adjust to that. Heineke, I'm sorry. But Trey Lance, the O-line can continue to block the same. You can still call the same blocking schemes, and he will adjust to that.
I think there's a level of playbook that you could have with him that's even slightly different because you can direct snap. I think you can get into some different type of
Josh
packages
Allen.
with with him just because he is so mobile. Put the ball in his hands and just let him, read it and do his thing.
Yep. They had a question. I'm bring it back up. You want to answer that, Chris?
Okay. So I haven't heard anything, but I tell you what, one of my favorite picks in this whole entire draft. Okay, this kid is, again, 6'8", and I'm saying this. This kid is big. He's got big hands, tough situations where he can get over the receiver. He reminds me of, like, I don't want to be throwing out big names and comparing people to certain people, but Antonio Gates kind of style play. Getting it on the back end, running the route and turning around at the last second, knowing exactly where the ball is going to be, especially when you have a precision passer like Herbert. This kid is something special, and you could see it in the draft room how excited and elated they were that was even an option in that late of a round. So they moved up to get him because they were like, no, we ain't, at this point he's there. We're not taking chances. We're going to get this guy. This could quite potentially be our tight end of the future, like legitimately, especially when we have a decent enough room where you got some people to learn from. Not to mention, I'm sure they're calling up Antonio Gates. Hey, can you come out and talk to this young man? Show him some stuff. Gadsden played very good ball. He's got great tape, and honestly, I cannot wait wait to see what he does with Herbert.
Receiver turn tight end. So you know the hands, the route running is there. I think the knock against him is the lean frame and the blocking ability. But those are two things that you can develop. Two things that's easy because you can't coach hands.
Yeah.
It's hard to coach hands. So I think day one he starts contributing, right? Get that confidence up, and I think he can contribute, play significantly day one for sure.
Honestly, I see him putting up at least 450 to 500 yards. And
that
that's
seam is his, bro. Seam, him and Ladd work in the middle of the field. Oh, it's gonna be wicked. It's gonna be wicked, bro. Pick your poison.
Especially within like we're talking about the red zone. You got Ladd, you got a burner, and you got Ogden on the outside, like or Gadsden done. Like I don't see
you
that
know
in
the
a
fade.
bad.
We're about to bring the fade back. 6'8", he go to the outside. Oh, fade him up. Get on and put Mike or you either put Mike or KLS on the other side. Fade it up.
Be a lot of options.
Put Gadsden and put Mike. Just let them run down the seam together and just split at the last second and pick your poison. Okay.
And you and your back pedal as a safety, you just like, man, all right, bro. It is what it is, man. Let me just get on my horse. Let me just go and get on my horse and ride this horse out. Like I say, man, I'm thinking 30 plus points a game, bro. And we just firing the cannons in SoFi, just letting it fly, bro. Play action, run game, and just bombing that mug down the field, bro. Everybody in SoFi just screaming, beer flying, popcorn, spam, Mitsubishi flying, everything, bro. It's just insane inside.
That's like that pass that Herbert threw against the Giants a couple years back. That was just that 60-yard bomber. We get at least 4 or 5 of those this year, and I hope I'm there for at least one of them. So
yeah, buddy.
Man, it's hard to say because Kyle Kennard is a dog. I'm answering the question that Justin asked. Kyle Kennard is a dog. Trey Harris, dog. Hampton, dog. KLS, dog. Gadsden, dog. What's his name? Cameron? Is it Cameron, the defensive tackle? The guy from Oregon. The one from Oregon. Played at Houston. But yeah, Caldwell. Dog. A space eater. Does his job well. So it's kind of, man.
The question? What was the question?
They said, who you think will not contribute and ultimately be cut out of all the rookies in this draft?
That's hard because you like even Mickens out of Clemson, bro. That's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he was listed as one of the top 100 picks in the draft, and he didn't come until the 6th round. So if I had to put a label on somebody, maybe Bridges, but that's if you're forcing me to pick somebody. Rarely do you see that somebody even if it is a late round pick. Rarely do you see a team that'll cut somebody. So you really have to just mess up. And can we talk about Kennard for a second?
Go ahead.
Oh my God! First off, you had the 4th pick in the draft. You had that offensive tackle, right, taken from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Tape of Kennard against that guy. You couldn't do nothing.
I broke it down. I broke it down on the show. And then some guy commented later on one of the clips like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. 1.5 sacks." I'm like, see, you only see the stat line. You ain't watched the game.
Watch the game.
You gotta watch you gotta watch the disruptness that, like how he disrupted the game. He was killing Will Campbell. Killing him. And even Will Campbell will tell you he was getting that
worst game of his collegiate career against
worst game. He had no sacks. He hadn't allowed no sacks up until Kyle Kennard.
I tell you what, even after losing both, I ain't worried.
Me neither.
And the thing is, he got a chip on his shoulder. He has a chip on his shoulder because he's the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, 11.5 sacks. Monster. Film tells you can see it on the film, and he's in the 4th round.
SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Let's look at that for a second.
Bama.
Exactly. You playing that's some of the best to do it in college ball.
Miss.
And
Texas.
He was the best.
And he showed up every game. So for him to drop to the 4, thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. And he got a chip on his shoulder. Yup, had that chip. They ain't think you was good enough. Go show them. Go out there, Kyle. KK, go get it, baby. Go get your money. K9, that's what he called himself. K9, he a dog. Tay said, can't forget those Will Disley tight ends. Oh, my God.
I hope not.
You know, Disley's just an offensive lineman with a tight end body, bro. That's all. He's just a skinny offensive lineman, bro.
He'll last
When they
off.
used to,
There's no doubt about that.
yeah,
Especially after like the Texans game, man. Like everybody want to hate on Herbert, and one of those interceptions was blatantly Disley not doing his job. Like
bro.
it
It
was
just
it
hit him
was
in the
right
In
chest.
here.
his hands, out his hands.
Bloke, bloke. Justin asked, last season the rookies that had the most value was Ladd and Tariq. Which offensive player and defensive player would be the most valuable?
Trey.
Hampton and Trey gonna fight on the offensive side of the ball, and Kennard, and I think Kyle Kennard for sure on defense, and I think Mickens gonna make a case though. Like people sleeping on him at safety.
I mean, I work with a guy that is a huge Clemson fan, and right after the draft happened, I said we got Mickens, and he was like, he already knew what was up. He's like, yeah, that's a guy.
1,900 snaps and no touchdowns, no receptions. 1,900 snaps. That's ridiculous stat. That's ridiculous stat. Why wouldn't you? And the thing with playing safety is his stat line won't transit over to, like, the things that he does in the game won't transit over. You might not see it on the stat line. You know what I'm saying?
It may seem like maybe we shouldn't have taken another safety,
We
but
do. We need
don't
him.
forget we only got Gilman for another year.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that clears up room for cap space and not trying to re-sign Gilman. That gives him an opportunity to move right up, and we save money. We probably get a compensatory pick with that if he leaves. Like that, okay, you got every opportunity sitting right in front of you. So if that translates from A to B, we're good. We're locked at safety.
100%, bro. And it's like last year we were thin at safety. We got thin real fast. After the Patriots game, it was just like, it was decimated. As a matter of fact, it was before the Patriots game. We were decimated at safety because what game it was, we had to move DJ back, and they had to go, and then they end up having to go dig Tony Jefferson up out of retirement so that they can move DJ back down, because it was affecting our ability to help stop the run, create havoc around the line of scrimmage, because that's what DJ thrives, playing in that role where he can just roam as a strong safety. He's good at free safety, but he's more valuable at strong safety, hands down. Hanging around the line of scrimmage, that's a scary sight, especially running backs. I want to see that though, that running back battle, the running back blocking
Training
between.
camp.
Yeah.
Trying to block DJ.
Yeah.
Trying to chip him.
And because Hampton is a elite pass blocker. If you watch him back there, he's
he might as well be
protecting
a
Herbert.
guard playing on the field, bro.
Man,
He's
that's what I'm saying.
He's good.
Herbert is in good hands. I'm just happy, man. It's just give Herbert a clean pocket and just get receivers just get open, bro. It's going, man, air it out inside SoFi, bro. Air it out in that beautiful stadium. Can you just imagine?
With the schedule being released and just your early looks, is there any game on the schedule that you're looking forward to more than the others?
It's always cool to go against the reigning Super Bowl champion. I think that's going to be a great game. Us versus the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't want to seem biased by saying this, but these games, none of these games seem out of reach.
No.
So that's, because sometimes you look at the schedule and you go, okay, like this, this probably be an L. Like, let's be realistic. Let's throw a couple L's in here. Like, we can't say we're going to go, 17-0, but all these seem within reach. We're talking, one possession games. So, but I honestly, like, that Eagles game looks outstanding, and that's why they're making it. I think that was a Monday Night Football game, right? Like,
that's a prime time game for sure.
Man, we got a lot of prime time games at
5 of them
SoFi.
things.
Man, and we got a Thursday night, a Sunday night at SoFi, and a Monday night at SoFi. Boy, SoFi about to partying late on a Monday. Come on, I gotta work, bro.
On a school night.
On a school
I'm gonna be missing
night.
work.
Chris, you had in your notes, you want to talk about Sante Samuel Jr.?
Okay, so
let us in on it.
I had a feeling, man. I had a feeling because, dog, he's a great player. I got an autographed jersey sitting in the closet because I got a lot of love and respect for that kid. Lineage, all that stuff working for him. That playoff game against the Jags. Don't like to bring up that game in general, but 3 interceptions in the first half, like that's insane for somebody to put those numbers up, especially in your first playoff game ever. He's a hard worker, keeps his head down. You don't hear a lot of noise. But I had a feeling that there was a reason that we weren't hearing anything. And as soon as it came up that he had surgery on a neck injury, it was like, damn. And that's part of the thing that is good that the Chargers, they keep it tight.
Yep.
So you really can't get information,
That's
especially
like-
about injuries and stuff like
pulling
that.
teeth in there, bro.
So to have that come out, we got real lucky. There was a lot of research done, and those 6 rounders for us, Tarheeb, like they worked out.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. Not hating on that. If he wants to come back, and he's able to show that the getting that surgery done is all good and dandy, he's going to be a depth position. I wouldn't try to put him as starting. Put him in a depth position. Maybe rework that contract so that it's not crazy numbers, but maybe incentivize it. So if you can win back that starting spot, by all means. But a little sad to see that was an injury thing, and especially because other teams were biting. Because he's too good of a player for other teams not to bite. But
yeah,
a neck injury is a neck injury.
It's like this young of a guy that's very talented. I think the only thing in his arsenal that affects, like, people question is ability to hit, make those open field tackles. That's the only thing that you question about him. But everything else, I mean, he does well.
Coverage, his hand, his route running, like, it's all solid except for that. It's like you're saying, wrapping up.
And now you just don't hear nothing about him in free agency. Nobody goes and sign him. Nothing. You just question, like, man, what is going on? Like, this dude should be getting I thought we wasn't going to be able to afford him.
Right.
And now he's here, and it's like, next thing you know, the neck injury pops up, and you're like, well, there it goes. There it goes right there. That's why. That's major, especially at his position and his frame. He's like slim guy. So you get on the edge, and a running back peeps that edge, and you one-on-one with a neck injury, man, that ain't.
And then all of a sudden you're down the corner when they've already said realistically you need at least 4 good corners on the team. Without question, you all of a sudden automatically you're down. You got to start, like you said, start pulling people out of retirement. No offense to Jefferson. I mean, he's solid as far as somebody that's a depth position.
What you call him? Joe said.
Great question. I don't know.
What you call him? I want to see Joe. Joe said he'll take Asante over St. Juicy any day. I think if we go watch the tape on St. Juicy, you'll be like, oh my God, why did we get him? But I explained it. We got him. He's 6'3". He's very physical. He's not an outside cornerback. He doesn't have the footwork and recovery speed to be an outside cornerback, but he will excel in nickel coverage. When we have to bring him in, when we match up against Elvin Ingram, Travis Kelce, because now that frees DJ and Henley up, DJ from having to cover Travis, and now he can blitz on those third downs. He can go after Patty on those third downs. He can go after Brock on those third downs. He can go after Geno on those third downs. And you have St. Juicy, who has enough footwork that he can hang with a tight end, and he's strong enough to tussle with him. So that's where I think he's going to excel. He is not an outside corner at all. He's not the right side, left side at all. He has a nice frame, nice build, and he's physical, but he doesn't have the foot speed and the foot just to catch up. He can't catch up. He can't recover once he's beat. Once you get him turned, his hips are too stiff. But I think playing in the nickel, going against those tight ends, he's going to excel. He's going to excel.
Well, that's 2 players, like, don't be surprised if they end up on the roster in some kind of fashion, is Dobbins, because I ain't heard about any other teams even making offers. Mm-hmm. I love, like, people were questioning that, putting that slap on him to make sure that we at least get the opportunity to send him an offer of the same caliber. But him and Asante, like, don't be surprised if they sneak in. But again, that Asante situation is going to be very, 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 it's going to depend on that medical situation. They think it's good to go, then it's good to go. But if there's any kind of question, you got to run with what you got. And I think what we got is
Justin, he's still on the roster for J.C. Taylor. See, like, my thing is like, Jasir, I don't think he would be good nickel. I don't know where he will fit. Maybe intermediate routes, but if they see him out there, they're gonna run right past him.
Joe said he liked JK, but he think Rocket would beat him out for the third option for running back.
Rocky's gonna compete, and that's a dark horse in that running backfield, because him and Vidal, I think, are 2 dark horses. And people just writing Vidal off. I ain't writing him off. Not writing him off, man.
I think it's so much comp that's gonna be going on over there.
What a great situation. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just especially if the JK thing work in our favor, and teams just somebody and we bring him back, like with so much comp going on back there, like just
Going with 4 running backs and have a 4-headed monster. Okay,
Mhm.
that's such a bad problem to have.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. It was like it remind me of that 49ers running back room a couple of years ago, and they had like Mostert and all them guys over there, and they was just Breida. That's who I was trying to think of last night. Couldn't remember his name, but yeah, Mike Breida. It was like Mostert, and it was another guy, and they all were fast, all breakaway speed.
I
Get
couldn't
past
tell who
that
was in the
first,
game.
yeah, get past that first line, and they was off to the races.
This is an exciting season, man. And just knowing that we got a GM and we got a coach that is invested in the team, in the community, like they address everything. Don't look at names. Just look at, did they change the O-line? They absolutely did. You know what I'm saying? I know it was a question. I even questioned when they re-signed Bradley Bozeman, but you can't take away a guy that started games. You can't take away that because the worst case, he adds depth. He's a backup.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
familiar.
That you can plug in right at a moment's notice, right? So now
Well, some
he's
people
trying.
are saying, why didn't we? We still have. Let's not forget, midway through the season, if we need to make a switch, or we need to, somebody becomes available trade value wise, or let's not forget, if we don't use it, it rolls over in the next year, and that's not the worst situation in the world either.
Never has been. And we still got to sign Slater.
Yep.
Waste money for that,
We got
exactly.
Still got to get
DJ
that man
contract
some
is coming
money.
up. DJ's contract is coming up soon. Dayon's going to have next year his contract is going to be up because he didn't get the fifth. He don't have the 5th-year option, so he only get 4 years. So his contract is going to be up. So you want to be in a good position to sign these guys because he's going to have an All-Pro year this year. He's going to have he should have been All-Pro last year, but this year he did it with a torn labrum. This dude was injured. He said he hurt it against the Raiders, right? The first game against the Raiders. So
Still playing ball.
And still had a credible season. To me, an All-Pro season. So I can only imagine when he's 100% healthy. And then you think the development of Junior Colston, bringing back Denzel Perryman, like the linebacker, it's gonna be some exciting football
Just
to
signed
watch.
another linebacker.
Yeah,
The cat
the
from
guy from
USC.
USC.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys, put me in, coach. Wherever you need me, I'll do whatever you need me, however long you need me to do it for. I play special teams, I do anything. So you need those type of guys that have that character and very invited into your culture. They walk into your culture welcoming it. I'm just excited, man. Week 1 can't get here fast enough to see the Chargers march onto the field, bro. I think we're gonna set some record numbers because the hype that's around this team, the fans are coming back out. The San Diego fans is joining back in. I think, went through the breakup, went through all the phases of the breakup, and now they're just back. You know what? Hey, big head, and they back. So, and the game's gonna be free on YouTube and YouTube TV. So
The game. Yep.
yeah. So, man, it's exciting, man. It's exciting to see those who don't watch it, those who don't go. It's gonna be watch parties everywhere, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. You not going to the press pool? They're not flying y'all out?
No. Unfortunately, not. I'm gonna make an effort, and next year I'll be at the press pool. I'll be there during training camp and stuff. This year it didn't work out. Man, like you guys are saying, like a lot of these matchups, like I'm going to that Tennessee game, that Jacksonville game. I can't wait to see that matchup, see what we can do against Travis Hunter. That just to see him play.
What is your
the
first
Miami
time at
game.
SoFi gonna be, Chris?
What game?
This is what inquiring minds want to know. If we could pencil you in for one game in SoFi, which one is it gonna be?
Honestly, I still have to like really take a look at like the dates and stuff, but I'd probably say that Eagles game because it's gotta be lightning in a bottle, bro. That's gonna be an amazing game.
And listen, no ma'am, particular, no ma'am. If you're listening, take your Eagle tickets off of the whatever resale rack. No Charger fan is allowed to resell their tickets for the Eagles game. I'm telling y'all don't know how obnoxious Eagle fans are, man. You do not
Yep, they're
want
with the
them.
Raiders, that's for sure.
they travel well. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not gonna even hate on that. They travel well.
Mm-hmm.
They even have pockets of Eagle bars in Orange County.
In San Diego.
Yep. And they can't
be
spell.
They be at the game, or they be in the city early.
Yes.
Early. Like none of that Saturday. They be there on Thursday, Friday.
Screaming,
hanging out.
EGELS, Eagles. So we gotta make sure that we don't have none of that. We powder blew it out, man. Powder blew it out. We cannot let them have a speckle of fans rooting for them. Seriously. I don't care how much they plan on trying to buy your ticket for. Do not sell your soul and let them in your seat.
Honestly, that Vikings game, that Commanders game, that Eagles game, those are probably the three that I got my eye on as far as home. And honestly, it's the end of the season, but that Texans game, that's going to be we got a bad taste
Get
in
our
our
lick
mouth.
back.
So it's on a cracking.
I love the podcast. Huge love from Buffalo. Josh Palmer say, not gonna lie, I love the podcast. He say, taking an Instagram model to game, which one? And look, I would
Denver.
leave them. Yeah, I would leave Instagram
Denver.
models alone. I would go to a medical school or like Connecticut law or like, something. I would go get a law school or a medical school girl. Leave them Instagram models alone. At least if you get a lawyer, at least you can read your paperwork. You know what I'm saying? You got free in-house paperwork reader that go over documents, and then at least the medical, it can rehab you. You know? He say Denver for sure.
Gotta go to that Denver. Yo, that first Denver game is, week 3. Whole division might be on the line.
Bro, it's
right
back
out the
to
gate.
back to back.
That's what I'm saying. We could have a gridlock on the division right out by week 3.
Vegas, and then we're home against the Broncos. Like 3 division rivals, like intense. This ain't like, this is what I was saying about like the other, outside of like the NFC South, in the East, the NFC South and the NFC East have some real good battles. And I would say the AFC, which one?
North.
Mm-hmm. But the West is like pure hate though. Like it ain't no love. Like
you got 4 potential Hall of Fame coaches. Got no shame on Gino, but like you got 4. I got a lot of love for Gino. Gino, he played for us at one point, so like I appreciate him as a player. But like the AFC West, I don't think you can compare anybody else to it because it literally is the Wild West. I think it's definitely a possibility, and I already put my money on the line as far as a long-term bet, but I think we win the division this year. And my God, am I stoked that we got a late bye week, finally. Like, what is this, after like 5 years, we got one that's not like week 5 or 6?
Yeah,
week 12 is a bye week.
That's huge.
That's huge. And we're not playing any teams that are coming off of a bye week themselves at all during this season. So nobody got rest when they're playing us. And that's another huge benefit that I've never seen that before. And that's, oh my God, I'm stoked.
Josh, you got to find them at the medical school, man. University of Buffalo up there.
Rutgers.
You got to find them. You got UConn, you got Columbia Med School, and what's the other one in Connecticut? What's the prestigious Ivy League school in Connecticut? I can't think of it right now. It's on my tongue.
Harvard.
Yale. Yeah. You got Yale. That's where I would go. Find my old lady, being a lawyer, reading papers and stuff. I got you, boo. Staying up late. I'm gonna make you some toast and coffee while you study.
Toast and coffee.
Because you can't play forever. You can't play
what
forever.
What a combo, huh, Chris? Toast and coffee.
Yeah. You can't play forever. And you think about it, you get a lawyer. She said, my cousin did it. He was smart. I'll tell that story one day. He was smart. He put a girl through law school. He gave her a stack of money, paid for her law school. And it, like, when I say it paid back tenfold for him. Saved his life, and he's living good. That's all I got to say right now. What up, Pete?
Justin want to know what's our way too early season prediction on the record?
13-4. I can't tell you what 4 games that we're gonna lose, because I just believe in this team, and I believe in the coaching, and I believe in the staff, and I believe in the players. I'm being modest when I say 4, because me, I'm like 17-0.
12-5.
I like why we don't match up with the Eagles. Why we can't beat the Eagles?
12-5.
Why we can't beat the Chiefs?
I think 12, 13, or 14 wins is realistic. I legitimately think that. I think there's zero reason why we can't walk away with the season at the end of the season with a record like that. I definitely think we have more than we did last season.
What Peaky say? He say the Chargers schedule is a gauntlet schedule, and it's a Super Bowl preview match. I mean, that's probably what his diet is. Pete Carroll diet. He ain't got no teeth.
Pete Carroll gonna eat dirt.
He said I'm gonna be camping out. He said I got 12-5. 12-5 that's doable.
I got 12-5.
I like 12-5.
Yeah,
nothing wrong.
I think 12-5 wins us the division.
And I say that because I just law of averages. I'm expecting a lot of those close games that it's like like you know what I mean. Like we dropped it on whatever, some fluky field goal or whatever the case. I think all of our NFC East games is gonna be tough games.
Yeah.
Washington, Philly. I'm not even gonna sleep on the Cowboys in Dallas. Like
that's what I'm saying. Those are trap games.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sleep on the Jaguars game.
I feel like all those NFC East games is 3 of them, and then we got to worry about what version of this Minnesota team are we getting? Is it the team from last year?
You can sleep on
quarterback McCarthy at the helm. What that look like?
It says,
you know what I'm saying? So
Josh says that Herbert versus Eagle defense is gonna be a matchup. Man, I ain't gonna lie, that front four of the Eagles, bro.
Vicious.
And their back 7. Like I mean, all 11 players for the. I ain't gonna lie, they play lights out in the Super Bowl, man.
You don't think Beck is gonna be like whispering in the Harbaugh's ear, going, "Listen, this is what they do at practice. We just like do this, do this. It's gonna be fine."
He has to.
Where's your loyalty at, Becton?
It's right where he's at in L.A.
Whoever's signing the check, and we're signing the check right now.
For real.
It is, Josh. You're 100% right. It's about to test. It's about to test them for sure. Yep. Man, that's the Raiders game is gonna be week 2, bro. We get that out the way early. We see what they got. Let's see what they got.
Fun little game, man. I love that that one's early too.
Says I would love to go to Brazil, but these Bills kick him out. But I'm trying to leave them Instagram models alone.
Oh man,
go get you one in law school.
Go get the toast and the coffee. You know what I'm saying? You need a toast and coffee lifestyle.
Leaving
like, oh no, we're not sleeping. Like the thing about KC, Peaky, we'll never sleep on KC because they're winners. I mean, and that's like that's the extra coach.
And y'all was just about to say, and they got a coach. You know what I mean? Like they always gonna be competitive. Just with
that
Andy
Broncos game is gonna be, man. That's the one I'm scared of, bro. That's like a trap game because you got to get up for KC, and if you get that victory, that emotional charge that you're gonna have, and then you got to go to the
10
Raiders
days to the next game coming back from Brazil.
That's like that Raiders game. You're gonna elevate, and it's like, man, I done been on 2 dopamine highs, bro, and now I gotta come to the Broncos, and it's like
the first game at SoFi. We've been on the road though for those 2 weeks, so it's our first home game. First time people seeing whatever version of us that's on the field in person. So now it's like, can't lose here after either A, we win and won everywhere else, or it's like we gotta win if we haven't won yet.
Yeah, it's a trap. This first 3 weeks is gonna set the tone for the whole season. It could go good. We could be in recovery mode for the rest of the season. Like
we got to be at least 2-1 in that first 3.
Yeah, at least 2-1. Yeah,
2-1. I'll take
2-1. That 2-1. That's a definite situation where we're thinking about winning that division.
Mm-hmm. What if we come out 3-0?
Then
we talking crazy.
So my thing is my thing is like two factors. All right, let's get over the KC. We can break the KC curse. We can break that, right? If we win, that's major. And then maybe we catch Geno. Yep, maybe we catch Geno really not fully integrated into the offense yet, really not connecting and brought into the Raiders' way. Because it's still early. It's still early with him. So maybe we catch some slipping. And then maybe Bo Nix is having a sophomore slump. You know what I'm saying? He's having because we got the film on him. So we're ready to roll that tape. So maybe we catch him slipping and we go 3-0. Huge that would be an extremely huge confidence boost for this team.
Because their first game is against the Patriots. And that could go either way.
You say Trey Harris over 7?
For them.
I'm gonna go over. I mean,
700 yards must be QJ's. Chris say he needs 700-800 yards. Them must be QJ yards.
Thank you.
We might come out of this season with Justin receivers. We might have 3 people that are over 800 yards, and I would be ecstatic about that. I would be absolutely smitten with.
Bro, it's time for, like I say, they went out and got Justin his weapons. They addressed all his needs. It is young. They're young, but I think they're very capable, especially like if you see the latest group of receivers in the last 5 years, they've all came in and been ready day one.
Yeah, day one ready.
In the last 5 years. So that's the trend. These schools are getting these receivers ready. These receivers are way different than before. So Trey Harris, KLS, Luke Graham, all those guys come with their lunch pail ready to work. One is up. It's up. It's up, bro. It's up. It's gonna be nasty for everybody. I'm telling you, 30 points a game, just bombing it. Herbert could with that core, just on paper, with that core, he could easily have 45 to 5,000 yards.
He's done it before with less. So why can't he put up 5,000 yards of what he's got now, which fills every single hole?
And that's with the running game contributing to that and that play action.
Gotta have it.
Man, coming out of that play action.
Gotta have it.
On the
one shoulder pump.
On a 3rd and 3, you just like, Jim just like, man, nah, Romo, call it play action. On the 3rd and 3, and he just heave it down the field 40 yards, and they just go on to the
And
house.
even if we don't, we got 2 plays drawn up, and we coming back for 4th down, and we gonna act up.
When you got legs like that, don't be surprised if we come back and 4th down a lot if necessary.
Man, Peaky got a Super Bowl take. He says KC doesn't make the playoffs, and they go 2-4 in the AFC West. It's possible if you look at their roster, man, they lost just about everybody. I mean,
they ran out of money.
And
when you trade when you trade one of the best tackles in the game, you clearly got to get younger and you got to save some cash flow. That's a problem. That is a problem. Kansas City. That everybody, if nobody's saying you're not doing something right, like clearly, like it's a team. It's a good team, but this could definitely be the year where you see a fall off. Finally see.
I can imagine them winning all of those last second games that they won last year, 2 years in a row. Like, I mean, a lot of luck, refs, calls, whatever the case, but they probably had 5-6 games that all came down to questionable call that led to a field goal or game-winning drive. I don't know if they get that many this year.
Yeah, I just don't see that happen because then you get too much chatter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the NFL is scripted, but you get way too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was kind of out of hand last year. Like, I don't know if we gonna get 2 consecutive seasons of phantom pass interference. Bad marks, bad spots on the ball, like in the AFC Championship game. Like, wait, what? Josh Allen didn't pick up 1 yard, and Josh Allen's like 7 feet tall. Like, how did he not fall for the yard? Like,
I think Eagles exposed them, man. It opened up a wound, and everybody's just gonna feel that wound, like because if you look at their offseason, they didn't really have a good offseason. They lost a lot of players, and then Xavier Worthy didn't pan out to his potential.
Their running back room is all kind of messed up from injury. All those picks that they had got. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
He's gone.
Xavier Worthy, Pacheco, like all them cats got hurt, and then it's like, who's that receiver now? Juju Smith-Schuster, D-Hop, or is he a free agent?
I think D-Hop's a free agent.
Yeah, so you don't even know. Rice, I think, who got hurt early last year. Jen Kelsey, who was a fraction of himself.
He says he's 25 pounds lighter, which means he's probably going to retire. I think this is last year, his last ride. His heart ain't in the game no more. He getting money outside of football.
Doing side quests.
Ain't
nothing wrong with that.
He got
somebody said
girlfriend.
F Tranquil. I'm not gonna lie. It's every time he comes on the screen when it's a Kansas City game, he's like the player hater ball. I'm looking at that guy. All the hate. I do not like that man.
Hey. I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate you.
Yeah. Shout out Alex on Facebook, man. But no, it's excitement, man, and anxiety, and the fact that now I've been thinking this whole time we was in June and we're still in May. I'm like, bro, like this
It's still a lot of
season,
off season to go,
yeah,
bro. Like it's
we
still
ain't
so
even
much
reported
off
for
season.
camp yet, bro. And I'm just sitting up here like, bro, what is going
There's still so
on?
much off season left.
I love that we have the Hall of Fame game
Yeah, we get
because
4
it gives
preseason.
a great opportunity for some of these guys going through OTAs, going through training camp that we have that just got drafted, gives them a chance to get some, live in-game action. Granted, it is a Hall of Fame game, so you're not expecting a whole lot, but I definitely think that we'll see a couple streaks where we're like, okay, yeah, okay, that was nice. So I'm super stoked about that. And usually I'm not gonna lie, last couple of years I have definitely not watched the Hall of Fame game because it's like you watch for like 10 minutes, you're like, okay, like that was
Hey,
cool.
shout out Gates. You know what I'm saying? Even more reason to watch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out.
They gave that to us because they knew Gates should have been a first round. He should have been a first time ballot.
First ballot.
They know that. They know that.
Great Hall of Fame class this year, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tough.
Sharp finally getting in, that's huge. Much respect to that guy. He should have been a long time ago.
Yeah.
You got Gates. It's quite the draft class. So, and yeah, what better way to wrap that up with Gates getting in the Hall of Fame, with the Chargers getting a dub that day? Like, yes.
All dubs.
Peaky said that one thing that sucks with the Hall of Fame is everyone will see. You're right, man. And we can't hide them on practice squad because they can sign them right off the practice squad. So it's just like, that's why I say, man, like these young guys, like Luke Grimm and them, I don't want Luke Grimm to go to the practice squad. I want him to be on the active roster. So if we, like you said, Chris, if we don't carry 3 quarterbacks, we go with 2, I'm fine with that. If that means keeping one of those young receivers that we just brought in, absolutely. Absolutely. I know Jalen's gone. His job, he's gone. Hey, it's not enough room on this bus, my guy. Like you had ample time to show your worth. Ample time. And again, you were picked before Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson got a mega contract. He was almost an MVP. What have you done, Jalen? Mm-hmm. He said, I never talked to anyone about this, but one of my favorite things to see when Herb gets down out of bounds, whole team. That's the culture. That's the character. That's when you
that
know
camaraderie.
Yeah. Josh said, y'all think Kyle Kennard is going to be big? This absolutely.
I think Kennard has it. And for a rookie, that would be lights out.
The only knock against him is just beefing up his run game presence so he can be there for all 3 downs for sure.
Yeah, but you got. It's one of the great things about our veteran players. Okay, you got K-Max sitting right next to you. Go watch it.
Could you imagine just walking in like you, Caldwell, all rookies walking there, and you see Mac, future first ballot Hall of Famer, is at your first full day of work. He is your on the job training guy. You're going to learn from him. What better person to learn from? You know what I'm saying? Like, what better person to be sitting at practice like, hey, what do I do? Dress this? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. In the film room, I'm pretty sure when
he's break a little earlier, boom, 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 swim.
Yeah. It's just they thought that other talent, and it did have some great dude. Like you had Sawyer that went before him. You had a lot of great DNs, and you had what happened was you had way more offensive tackle guys went than anybody thought. It was like a run on tackle. So you start pushing a pile of players back, and then you got the meat. The D tackles, they went, and then the DNs, you had the first 5 DNs that went. And so
then the actual team needs.
Yeah, and the team needs. So it kind of got like compacted, and he just got lost in the sauce. And I think when the Chargers was like, whoa, wait, what? Whoa, he's still here? Because honestly, him and Stewart could have been around the same pick.
Zaya.
Yeah. So
even Caldwell, but you had an even better player at Oregon playing right next to him. So Caldwell's he's an upper caliber player, but he dropped into the later round because, granted, it was only the 3rd round. Mm. But that's just because he was playing against somebody that was lights out. I expect great things out of him too. Again, you playing against somebody, you've got that support. You can play just as good as you were playing in college ball. You're gonna have good success for sure.
It says, I don't care much about sacks. It's more about pressure. The really good quote. Yeah. I'm with it all. I want the pressure and the sacks. I want to be disruptive. I don't want clean pockets for any quarterback. If you can just create a quicker throw, that's all I care about. If you make him get off that throw and go to the read that he didn't want to go to first, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Contain.
But what I think we're going to have the advantage is if our back seven in coverage, that's where the sacks is going to, a lot of our sacks is going to come from the coverage just being so good. Because
they're locking up.
They're going to have to go drop back in the pocket. They're going to have to wait. And then that's when you have somebody like Kennard that's going to come around the corner. You're going to have Tooley come around the corner. You're going to have Mac come around the corner.
Because I'm telling you right now, Patty don't want to get hurt the first game of the year, running around because he ain't got the receiving core. So he's going to be trying to create something with him. He ain't going to be able to do that with K9, Tula coming down your throat straight up, and DJ roaming around.
Yeah, you know how he get.
So then you go into
wake up for that game.
You go into week 2, and he could get some sacks because Geno tends to hold on to the ball for a little bit. Geno stays in the pocket and he holds on to the ball for a little bit. So there's the opportunity. And then just the confusion of Bo Nix just being that sophomore slump.
Not to mention that's great that we have the Raiders week 2 because what'd you say? They play the Patriots week 1?
Yeah.
So they'll probably try to do the whole classic Pete Carroll situation, try to run the ball. And if what I think is going to happen is going to happen, they're going to find out that they ain't got the blocking scheme in order to make that happen. So they're going to be trying to figure that stuff out by week 2. So they're going to be going all over the place. So they're going to be trying to drop back. They're going to be trying to do all that stuff, not have it figured out because it's still early on in the season. And if that happens, we're going to take advantage of that for sure. For sure.
We do root for players. We love football. I think all of us up here love the game of football, and we all have players that we watch on other teams because we just love football. We recognize real game. Brodie's a big Josh Allen fan. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's
when
huge.
I'm not rooting for Jay Herbo. Disclaimer.
It says Dante Jackson's going to be he is very underrated. He is a speedster. He is fast. And he will break on the ball. Pause. Fast.
Who's that, the running back for the Broncos?
No, Dante Jackson's a cornerback that we signed. LSU guy, real fast, a track guy. He's actually a track guy. He got track speed. Who you think going to play in the nickel? Josh, I think St. Juicy's going to play in the nickel because his size 6'3", very physical. So yeah. So in Jackson's, I'm telling you, you will think that you have him on a route and he will just break on the ball underneath and take off. Seen it so many times. Was he in Carolina? I don't even know why Carolina had let him go originally to the Steelers. Don't know why. He's a very serviceable and great pickup for the secondary. Super talented guy.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's gonna be some good football this year, man. First 3 weeks, bro. We got the best schedule in football. First 2 weeks. Thursday, September 4th, they got the Eagles versus Cowboys. That's a good rivalry game. But if you ain't a Chargers fan, just watch the first 3 weeks of Charger football. Just watch. It might convert you the first 3 weeks.
And if
put us on your TV.
Are a Chargers fan, September 21st is our first home game in SoFi. We expect you to be there early.
We forgot about him, the 5th tight end.
The international player. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to see his development. That's why I can't wait to training camp, man. I want to get into training camp and just lay eyes, like look at the position groups, like looking like it's gonna be overwhelming because I'm gonna be like, oh, I want to watch these guys. Oh, I want to watch these guys. Oh, it's gonna be overwhelming, man. But we will for sure take notes and bring back to you guys and report back to what we see what's going on, who we think is edging out somebody, who we think is competing, making waves. He's an exemption, so he can be on a roster and it won't count against us. So he's an exemption. I think for I forgot how many years he's an exemption for. But
something.
On that note, Chris, you got any last parting words? Anything before we get up out of here?
If you in LA and you a Chargers fan, be at that Broncos game. Be at that Broncos game. I love Brodie, pushing that. Show up, show out. We got all the capabilities to make this a really great season. And honestly, we have more wins than last season. And this could potentially, like we've been talking about, maybe be a Super Bowl run. Show up and show out. Show the nation that Chargers fans are there.
We here.
Do you want to answer this question right fast before we go, Chris?
What's up?
Justin said, what are things to expect at training camp? Ever been any food there?
Yeah, they use
Game
training
snacks and
camp.
light refreshments.
Training camp is solid. Like there's they usually have like at least two sets set up where they've brought somebody in that's what
Yeah, it's a couple of vendors out there.
that'll do it. But there's always food. There's a lot of photo opportunities. I haven't heard what they're doing this year, but usually they do something like posters or something that if you go every day to training camp, like there's different posters to get for every single day. So make sure you get that. But it's a fun time. If honestly, if you want a shot at getting autographs, get there early. Post up on the fence line. That's your best shot. If you just going to watch, I mean, you don't have to show up as early because there's plenty of room in the bleachers. And honestly, like I don't know if you guys go on the Bolt app. There's a lot of times there'll be opportunities. Well, they have like an auction for VIP seating, and for whatever reason, a lot of people don't bid on that. So you can get VIP seating, and the players always come around to that VIP area. So you always have a good option with autographs and stuff like that, being able to talk and meet with players. So
yeah, hey, Chris, they say type your X name in the chat. So
Man,
just so y'all know, Chris Fisher is a news reporter for the LA Journal, and post up let people know once you finish typing where they can find you on social media. He is also if you've been to the home games, he is Banana Boat. So when you see a 6'8" banana walking around, that is Banana Boat. That is.
Yeah, I'm in section 207, so I'm there, second level. And again, yeah, if you see a banana, it's me or somebody that's copying me, and I'm totally fine with that too.
So you want me to type it for you?
He put it on TikTok, but
no, give me on the I'm putting it in this chat on YouTube. Kiki wanted to know what's your X, Chris?
It's Chef Fish.
You gonna have to spell it out, bro.
CH
Charlie Hotel Echo Foxtrot.
Chef Fish. There you go, Peaky. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, listening in, tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe, share with your homies, tell a friend, tell a friend. Thank y'all for building this community. It is getting close to the training camp. Cannot wait. Guys, I'm excited. I'm just happy to be here, bro. Like for real. But we will see you guys on Monday. Monday we'll be back ready to go at it. Thank you, Chris, for stopping by. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And make sure y'all check out his articles. He writes a lot of articles about the Chargers, and he is a Charger beat reporter for the LA Journal. So tap in, y'all. Appreciate you, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Anytime, guys.